All right, folks, let's get back to that word, harpazo. Yes, I am doing better daily, every day, one day at a time. Something came to mind today when making these arrangements for my wife's homegoing. A lot of things are now have to be redirected because supposedly a lot of folks are getting sick. And I said this summer, this summer, fall, going into the winter, a lot of people are going to be getting sick. I've said that on multiple videos, and then all of you guys should know that as well. Both people who've been stabbed by Maxine more than twice and those who have not. But the ones who have not, the ones who have, they're going to blame it on the people who haven't been stabbed. But either way, when you hear the almanac say this is going to be a bad winter, we haven't even gotten into it yet, but yet we see a lot of people here in Detroit. I'm getting a lot of reports that people are getting sick. And these folks who we were supposed to be going out to handle this my wife's homegoing event for the repast and all this, now all of a sudden things are changing a little bit because, the worry and the fear is out there about people coming down with the pestilence. And so how much longer would the Most High allow the bride, the body of the bride, the chance to be infected? As long as they don't take them stabs, God is awesome to the point to where, and he's holy enough. As soon as you get, it doesn't matter whether you sick or not. When he snatch you, you will be in perfect health. But where you have people, some folks have forecasted rapture to be later on in 2022. I'm just going to tell you folks, spiritually, I don't feel that way because there is too much danger facing us right now. And how many more people would be affected by the right now danger? I'm still seeing daily news clips of asteroids, meteors, or whatever you want to call them, rocks the size of the Empire State Building. So they're telling us a half truth. Just like these movies. Oh, well, just tell them they're millions of miles away from us. How do we know that? We only going by what you tell us. Because if they really knew, this is the reason why you know they're lying. If you say they're millions of miles away from us, but they're in our orbit, why are you still saying on video that you're sending things up in the atmosphere into the troposphere to try to knock these things off their course so they don't come close to Earth? Because if they really told us what was really coming, they knew this place would be hell in a handbasket. People would lose their brain out here. The total infrastructure of society would break down if they really told the truth. Just like these movies, I'm telling you, let's keep the news from them until it's almost too late. Well, we got them distracted with all these other things going on in the world. And again, more and more reports are coming out. More people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker, or getting sick, and we haven't even got to the bad part of the winter yet. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. I really think they're tagging Cobra to a pneumonia outbreak and to a flu outbreak. That's what I think. They're tagging it to give it so that it has its glory, which really, at the end of the day, is a biblical prophecy to conquer and conquering, not just in health, but in finance and power and control and structure of the world. These folks have already said that they were going to use this situation to their good to implement this global control. And the main thing they're pushing it with is fear. Well, since God didn't allow their little funky mandates to go down all the time, as I said this, and a lot of you guys have also realized this yourself, that whenever this happens, then all of a sudden there's a new scariant coming out. We have no way of knowing this. How can we verify this? Where is the receipt at? You get on TV and tell us anything that you want to tell us. Because we're scary like that, limber tail, folks don't believe it. And then what happens? Mentally, there's a psychosis there that you will get mentally afraid, and then when you get afraid, you release poisonous toxins in your own body, which makes you sick. As soon as you get sick and you start flipping out, you go into the hospital. They already overcrowded. This was something that these people told me, both Henry Ford and the hospital that my wife was at, that they were overcrowded. A lot of people already overstaffed. So some people are not getting the care and attention that they need while they're in the hospital. So ladies and gentlemen, I just don't see us being here. God allowing us to. He is not a wife beater. No way Abba is running around in heaven with a dingy tank wife beater muscle top tank shirt on and allowing us to go through all of this. The threat of this, the threat of that, the threat of this. Yes, there are threats. But when you see countries locking their people down and they can't even come out of the house, this is something that they're going to do, and they're practicing it in other countries. The United States has yet to do it. But you can bet your bottom dollar that this government is sure gonna try it this winter. Okay? They're gonna try it. Or they'll let it spread like they did when it first started. Because that's in their white papers too. And then when it's all of a sudden, oh, it's too late. Now we got to press the issue. This is the biggest issue right now we're looking at. Whether it's real or fake, they're pressing it as though it's real. And there are people coming down with something, right? Then that means God is he's going to have to snatch and pull out. How many people will be affected by this stuff? You know, honestly, I just don't see us. Of course, the word says in the second month, the ark was lifted above the earth, and in the seventh month, it was sat down. So we're still in the 120-year judgment. Man's life is only 120 years. Moses was judged at 120 years. 121 years will be April the 2nd. So within these 120 years that we're in, because this is the 120th year, the fig tree generation as well, at any point in time, I say every day is a rapture day. Every day. Not just appointed to the 3rd through the 7th. Every day. Okay? What I'm really keeping an eye on is and you can Google this, you can search it on the internet. The winter starts in the northern hemisphere between the 21st and the 22nd of December. That's when winter starts. And I'm still in the back of my mind thinking Amos and 8, the summer basket of fruit. We're in the fall. But then again, you would have in, I believe it was Exodus, that Pharaoh had that dream of 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. And during the 7 years, everything was pulled up and put into the storehouse while the 7 years of famine happened. So there's a lot of things that we could be looking at. So I particularly can't set my brain on one particular day, because if it's imminent, anytime, Luke 12 and 40, I'm sticking with that. I'm coming at an hour that you think not. But when you look at what's going on right now in the world, folks, I don't see it. I don't see us being here to know May, June, or July. I don't see that happening. We got countries right now gearing up for war, and they ain't talking about this like that. We got battleships in oceans right now. Soldiers being sent to borders. Countries threatening countries right now. Food shortages. Shelves not being filled. They said this past summer that Christmas was going to be tight. Wasn't going to be no Christmas. And think that we're going to make it through all of this? I don't see it. Energy prices are going to be soaring this winter, because everybody going to be trying to stay warm. And you see what happened with Texas last year. Their whole entire state was shut down because they wrecked the energy system because of the cold snap. I really think HARP did that. I really think they used a weather system because Texas was trying to become their own nation state. And they say, we ain't having that, so we're going to freeze y'all to death. There's a lot of wickedness in this world that is under the rule of Satan, that's in high places in government. And you see this starting to manifest right now. God is still in control. He didn't allow these mandates. So now, okay, well, since we can't get that going, we got to get these people stabbed with Lucy seed. So let's scare them to death. If you keep the word of my patience, I will keep you from the hour of temptation. Think about that, folks, and I'll get back with you later on. Peace.